Hello student, today we are going to see about the another form of differential equation of the gradually varied flow. We have already derived the equation differential equation of gradually varied flow. Now today we are going to derive in the form of conveyance. So we know that Q is equal to AC under root RS. This is already we know that in the first unit, in which Q is equal to AC under root RS, where K is equal to conveyance, and that is equal to AC under root R. So Q is equal to K under root RS, and I have already told at the above, and this K is equal to conveyance at any depth Y. Now we are going to see if K naught conveyance corresponding to the normal depth Y naught, then K is equal to Q under root RSC, where SC energy slope, or sometimes it is written as SF, for gradually varied flow. Now KB is equal to Q upon under root SB, where SB is the bed slope, sometimes written as SO, and KB written as KO for uniform flow. So these are the equation which is used for using the differential equation in another form. From first and second, we can say that Q square upon SE upon Q square upon SB is equal to K square upon B. So we can write in terms of SB upon SE is equal to K square upon KB square, or SE upon SB is equal to KB square upon K square. Now similarly, if Z is the section factor at depth Y, Z is the section factor at depth Y, and ZC section factor at depth critical depth YC. First of all, we know that what is section factor. So it is the product of weighted area to hydraulic depth. So Z is equal to A under root D, where D is equal to A by T. So Z is equal to A under root A by T. Now put the value of all these, we can calculate Z square, that is A cube by T. Similarly, Z square C, that is AC cube upon TC, and that is equal to Q square upon G. From where we get? We get from the Q square TC upon G AC cube. This is already known. Q square upon TC upon G AC cube is equal to 1. We have already known that. So by this we can calculate ZC in terms of as like that: Q square TC is equal to G AC cube, or AC cube upon TC is equal to Q square by G. So Z square C is equal to AC cube upon TC, that is equal to Q square by G. That is equation number second. From equation 2 first, we can divide. So we can calculate Z square ZC square upon Z square is equal to Q square T upon GA cube. That is equation number 4. And also we know that dy by dx, that is equal to SB minus SE upon 1 minus B square upon GY, or we can write SB minus SE upon 1 minus FR square, Froude number square. We have already calculated that, and where FR is equal to under root Q square T upon GA cube. So dy by dx is equal to SB minus SE upon 1 minus Q square T upon GA cube. So dy by dx is equal to 1 minus SB को कॉमन कर दिया, 1 minus SE upon SB upon 1 minus Q square T upon GA cube, or we can write in terms of SB bracket में 1 minus KB square upon K square, because SE upon SB is equal to K square B upon K square. Similarly, Q square T upon GAU cube is equal to 1 minus ZC upon Z. So dy by dx is equal to SB 1 minus KB upon KC square upon 1 minus ZC upon Z square. This is the another differential equation form of the gradually varied flow. On other hand, we can calculate this differential equation in the other form. If Qn represents the normal discharge at a depth y and Qc critical discharge at same depth y, so Qn is equal to K under root Sb and Qc QC is equal to Z under root G. We know that Z square is equal to A cube upon T, and that is equal to Q square upon G. So Q is equal to Z under root G. We can write Q is equal to, from Z square is equal to Q square by G. So Q is equal to Z under root G. So dy by dx is equal to SB minus SC upon 1 minus Q square T upon GA cube. We can take the SB is common. SB is common. So SB in the bracket 1 minus SC upon SB upon 1 minus Q square G into 1 upon A cube by T. So we can write dy by dx is equal to SB in the bracket 1 minus Q upon Q its square upon 1 minus Q upon QC its square. So this is the another form. And the third form is the differential equation of GVF in the energy form, that is dE upon dx is equal to SB minus SE, and that is also we can calculate in the water back curve. So let's start the water back curve. Back water curve and afflux. So it is in figure we have shown that this is the y1 depth and this is the y2, and in which water is flowing with respect to dam. Here the curve is taken like the depth of flow is increases. So if y1 is the depth of water at the point where the water start rising up, and y2 is the maximum height of rising water from the bed, then this increase in depth y2 minus y1 is known as afflux. Means from y1 to y2 we are calculating the depth, and the depth is increases. So how much increase? That is y2 minus y1, and y2 minus y1 known as afflux. And the curved surface of the liquid with its concavity upwards is known as backwater curve. It means when we will get the affects y2 minus y1, then a curve is drawn. If that concavity is curve is known as backwater curve. Now length of backwater curve. The length of backwater curve is the distance along the bed of the channel between the section where water starts rising to the section and where water has maximum depth. So this is the length. Now come to the figure. This is the figure in which bottom line is shown, and from section 1 to section 2, that is the length L, a channel bottom bed which is inclined at angle I, and the energy line which is inclined at J because the energy loss HF. So at the section 1, bottom is Z1, velocity head is V square, V1 square upon 2G, and pressure head is the Y1. Similarly, at the section 2 to bottom head Z2 is equal to 0, and pressure head Y2, velocity head V2 square upon 2G, and head loss HF. So we will mention here as V is bed slope, S energy slope. Applying Bernoulli equation section 1 and section 2. So Z1 plus Y1 plus V1 square upon 2G is equal to Y2 plus V2 square upon 2G plus HF, in which Z2 is equal to 0. So from the figure we can write HF is equal to SE into L. It means HF is equal to energy slope into the length, and Z1 is equal to bed slope into the length. Put the value of HF and Z1 in the equation of Bernoulli, which is applied between section 1 and section 2, and simplifying we will get SB minus SE equal to E2 minus E1. So L is equal to E2 minus E1 upon SB minus SE, and this is the length of backwater curve. Thank you.